Okay, we're looking at leadership at the moment. So the question is, what is leadership? And I think it's fair to say that actually lots of people would have many definitions. And I think one of the things you can say, it's about how leaders help themselves and others to do the right thing. It's about the setting of the direction, building an inspiring vision, and creating something new. I think leadership is also about mapping out where we need to go to win, or an organisation. And is it dynamic? Is it exciting? Is it inspiring? Yet while leaders set the direction, arguably they must also use their management skills too, to sort of guide the people to the right destination in a smooth and efficient manner. If we think about leadership creating that inspiring vision of the future, the motivating and inspiring people to engage with that vision, managing the delivery of the vision, and the coaches and builders a team so that it's more effective at achieving the vision. And leadership brings together these skills needed to do these things. And we're just going to have a look at these briefly now. So if we're thinking of the creating and inspiring vision of the future, first of all we think about to provide direction. And I think in the business, a vision has to be realistic, it's got to be convincing and attractive of where you actually want to be in the future. And actually having that vision to provide the direction, to set priorities and provide a marker so that you can actually say what you've achieved and what you want to achieve next. I think it focuses on strengths, and to create a vision, leaders need to focus on the organisation's strengths. And there's many tools to help us look at these, and SWOT analysis is an example of something we've covered to actually help analyse that current situation. It needs to be innovative. They actually think about how their industry is likely to evolve and how their competitors are likely to behave. They look at how they can innovate successfully and shape their businesses and their strategies to succeed in future marketplaces. They can test their visions with appropriate market research and by testing key risks. And I think that leadership is therefore proactive. It's problem solving, it's looking ahead, it's not being satisfied with things as they are. And I think once they've actually developed their visions, the role of leaders is to actually make them feel compelling and convincing. And a compelling vision is one that people can see, they can feel it, they can understand, they can embrace with it. And effective leaders provide a rich picture of what the future will look like when the vision's been realised. And they can explain their visions in ways that everyone can relate to, that everyone can understand. So here leadership combines the analytical side of vision creation with a passion of shared values, creating something really meaningful to the people who are being led. And if we think about the motivation, the inspiring, and a compelling vision provides a foundation for leadership. But it's leaders' ability to motivate and inspire people that helps them deliver that vision. So for example, when you start a new project, you probably have lots of enthusiasm for it. So it's often easy to win support for the project at the beginning. However, it can be difficult to find ways to keep your vision inspiring after that initial enthusiasm fades, especially if the team or organisation needs to make significant changes in the way that they do things. And this is something which leaders recognise, and they have to work hard throughout the project to connect their vision with the people's individual needs, goals and aspiration. And I think one of the key things to do this is through expectation theory, and this is actually something we've discussed previously from Vroom. And effective leaders link together two different expectations. This is the expectation that hard work equals good results, and the expectation that good results lead to attractive rewards or incentives. And this actually then motivates people to work hard to achieve that success, because they expect to enjoy these rewards, both intrinsic and extrinsic, as a result. Perhaps other approaches include the restating the vision in terms of the benefits it will bring to the team's customers, and taking frequent opportunities to communicate the vision in an attractive, in an engaging way. What can be particularly helpful is where leaders have expert power, and people admire and believe in those leaders because they're expert in what they do, they're expert in their field, they have credibility, and they've learned the right to ask people to listen to them and to follow them. And this can make it so much easier for those leaders to motivate and to inspire the people they lead. I think leaders can also motivate and influence people through their natural charisma and appeal, and through other sources of power, such as the power to pay bonuses or to assign tasks to people. However, a good leader doesn't actually rely too much on this type of power to motivate and inspire people. We're thinking about the managing and delivery of the vision, and management, and this is the area of leadership which does relate to management. And leaders must ensure that the work needed to deliver the vision is properly delivered or managed, either by themselves or perhaps a dedicated manager, to whom the leader delegates his responsibility. And they need to ensure that their vision is delivered successfully. To do this, team members need performance goals that are linked to team's overall vision. And this approach is necessary as it helps to ensure that what should really be happen actually does happen. And we've been talking about performance management and appraisals previously. And managing change. Leaders also need to make sure they manage change effectively, and this can help to ensure that any changes needed to deliver that vision are actually implemented smoothly and thoroughly, with the support and backing of the people affected. And finally, this coaching and building a team to actually achieve this vision. And the individual and team developments are important activities carried out for transformational leaders. And to develop a team, leaders have to understand team dynamics. And there's different well-established models like Belbin's team role and Bruce Tuckman's forming, storming, norming and performing theory. And team management and team development is something which will be studied at a later date. A leader will then need to ensure that team members have got the necessary skills, they've got the abilities to do their job and achieving their vision. Now, to do this, there needs to be the receiving and giving of feedback or criticism constructively, and it needs to be by training and coaching people to improve the individual and team performance. Leadership also includes looking for leadership potential in others. So by developing leadership skills within your team, you actually then create an environment where you can continue success in the long term. And that really is a true measure of great leadership. Just some final thoughts. Leadership can be hard to define, and it means different things to different people. In a transformational leadership model, the leaders set direction and help themselves and others do the right thing to move forwards. And to do this, they have to create an inspiring vision, and then motivate and inspire others to reach that vision. They also manage delivery of the vision, either directly or indirectly, and they build and coach their teams to make them stronger.